This video is presented by VoiceOver article. Buying or selling a home is a euphoric experience for both of the parties involved. This euphoria can cool when you learn which party is responsible for the closing costs. Who is responsible for closing costs? When looking to buy or sell a home, every person eventually arrives at the question of funding closing costs on the transaction. To put it simply, both buyers and sellers typically are responsible for some of the closing costs. However, the exact amounts paid can vary significantly from area to area and depending on what agreements the buyers and sellers come to in the offer-counteroffer process. It is important to research the area you are looking to buy or sell in and be knowledgeable regarding any laws and standards of practice for the area. Yes, the requirements are different in each state and often each city. Know what you will have to pay ahead of time so you can be prepared to cover these costs. Here are some examples of what buyers and sellers generally have to cover. Buyers typically pay the following: fees charged for obtaining a mortgage, inspection fees, homeowners insurance, must be prepaid for 1 year at closing, transfer taxes if there are any, although the seller may pay these or they may be shared 50-50 between buyer and seller, title insurance and escrow fees, varies depending on the location, and attorney's fees, if and where attorneys are involved in the transaction. If you are confused, a mortgage broker can tell you which fees are customarily paid for by the buyer in your area and how much they will cost. When buying a home, the use of mortgage brokers is highly recommended to both get a great deal on a mortgage and help with the transaction itself. The broker only gets paid if the deal goes through, so you know they will make every effort. Sellers' closing expense responsibilities typically include loan payoff fees, the real estate commission. In some cases, a portion of this may be paid by the buyer, title insurance, depending on the location, termite repairs, this is negotiable in some areas, cash payments in lieu of repairs to the property, all or part of transfer taxes and escrow fees, if there are any, attorney's fees where applicable, and other fees set by local custom or negotiated during the transaction. Knowing and researching the area you are buying or selling in is critical to understanding who is responsible for closing costs. Educate yourself and you will avoid overpaying. This video is presented by VoiceOver article.